Hi everyone. So I started my trip out having like everything planned out. I even made a packing list and I like color coded it and I was pretty excited about it. And I set up my GoPro. I was gonna like GoPro not the entire trip but different landscapes along the way. And yeah, so it started out really well and I set out of Florida. Then of course I forgot like the first thing on my list actually, so I had to drive back. But as we all know, that's one of the best parts about taking trips is what happens to you that you didn't plan. So on road trips that I've been on before, I've loved stopping at strange things along the way. I've seen the world's biggest ball of twine, some pretty weird statues out in the middle of nowhere and stuff. And I find most of this through an app called Roadside America. I highly recommend it. There's a link below. And so that was actually the first stop before I got to Catlanta. Well, I made it. I am here at the world's largest peanut. And it is large. I'm pretty excited. So I'm gonna take a few pictures. Catlanta, Georgia. Catlanta, Georgia. Catlanta. I had a great time in Atlanta. I stayed with my friend Daniel, who loves cats. That's why we call it Catlanta. And I probably shouldn't say this on the internet, but I don't really love cats. But I do love Daniel's cats, and I had a great time with them and with Daniel. Here, I think the cat is like cleaning itself and it plays with these little scrunchies. It loves them and it thinks they're like mice, and I think you're gonna hear it meow. Yeah, so Daniel drove me around Atlanta, and here's this famous bridge where there's lots of graffiti, and also these walls are covered in graffiti. And Atlanta's actually a really hip place. Who knew? So this is just one of the examples of how cool it is. This is an area called Cabbage Town, and actually if you go online, there's a really interesting story about that graffiti bridge and gentrification, where these people wanted to throw like this masquerade ball, and the graffiti artists decided they didn't want that, but the city kind of fought back, and so they just painted the whole thing gray, and so there was no more like hip art for these masquerade ball attendees to exclusively look at and not give any money to the artists. So Atlanta, you're pretty hip. And I had a great time drinking smoothies and drinking beer and eating some delicious food. I also got to see a national park. This is the Martin Luther King Jr. Historical National Park, and it's beautiful, and I'm glad I got to see it. And along the way, I recorded some of my thoughts. I'll be putting those in a special series of videos called Car Thoughts, where I think that I'm saying deep things, but really I'm just alone in a car. And I will be updating a lot more about my trip, so stay tuned for that. And please subscribe. It's raining now. Things just don't go as planned, everyone. That's okay. Hi everyone. That was delayed. Hi everyone. So my notes are blowing away and there's a storm coming. Vlogging is very hard. Way. So, my notes are blowing away again. And now the Comcast guy is here. I don't know why. Bye, Comcast guy. Another car. 110. Where are we all going? Why is my shirt so open? There's also like this plaque. I'm gonna read the plaque. And there's also bugs. Oh, I always tilt the camera sideways. Well, I've been driving for about an hour and it's just sort of been like turning onto different roads. Wow, thanks for using your signal. There's a pig over there. Wow, I feel like I'm in Fancy Pants, Georgia right now. Catlanta. I think I miss Maddie and Whitney already.